Welcome back to the Magnet Minute, brought to you by Magnet Labs. My name is Amy and I'm your host. This week on the Magnet Minute, I want to talk about something that's always a little bit of a headache for brands, and that is the actual organic reach that's happening on Facebook. Everyone's fully aware that once you post something, it's pretty small chances that it's actually going to reach any one of your fans. Actually, the numbers are reflecting something close to 6% of your total brand page fans actually seeing a post organically unpaid for. This is just an estimate, a number that's an average of brand pages and how well they're actually reaching their audience. And the reality is you probably could have better numbers than that if you are actually making content that is somewhat engaging and things that people like to see, with a literal like coming along or a comment or, God love it, a share. But a lot of brands are acting very negatively about this. I've even seen some show up very prominently in the news for shutting it down completely, not using Facebook to reach their audience anymore. Basically making the statement that, you know what, we're not gonna put up with this, we can go someplace else and talk to our audience for free just for the use of our time and resources, and we're gonna do that because you're making it hard for us to even wanna be here. But it's really tough to do something like that. Everybody knows that Facebook is the social network to be on. Everybody wants to know, are you on Facebook? I'll follow you there. It's the quick way to make those relationships happen. And the same goes for all these other social networks, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, anything you can think of. And the reality of the situation is they all have stakeholders too. So we might find that someday, and Twitter is already starting to look like this, we're gonna have to be doing the same thing on these other social networks. And that's why it's so important to remember how important your website is, your own online real estate that you control. I actually often get the question, we have one social network that's performing really well, but it's not converting to our other social networks and we're not really sure what to do. And that question just blows my mind. If you're on a social network and it's doing really well, hopefully your calls to action are very clear, but they should be pointing people not to other social networks, not to the other places that you want your numbers to increase, but to your website, where that's the only place your numbers actually matter. We're talking about real traffic, real conversions, real email list subscriber numbers. All of those things are way more important than the number of Facebook fans or Twitter followers that you have. So think about your strategy. How are you engaging all of these social networks? What is the purpose of each of them? And how are you letting people know that, hey, if you want to do us a favor, if you want to date us and get to the point where maybe we'll get married and you'll buy our product or service, you should be going over to the website. That's where it's at. That's where we have more of a community working together, more things that you want to know in one place, and a place where we can actually track you with real analytics that actually means something to us. Facebook may want you to invest in ads, and you know what? It's actually a heck of a strategy over on that network. You can certainly get more likes and more comments. In the end, what we all want in terms of it looking great on the front. But if you are not even doing what you need to do to get people back to your own website, that is money wasted. That's all for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. As always, make sure you tune in for the next Magnet Minute. It comes out every Wednesday here on the Magnet Media Films channel with me, Amy Schmittauer. I'm your host and I love it. I love to be here and chat with you about social media making your brand better. So make sure you tweet with us at Schmittastic is my handle, and at Magnet Media Inc. to let us know what you think about this topic and how you've adjusted to organic reach decreasing. We'll also be in the comments on that topic below. I'll see you next time on the next Magnet Minute. For more great tips and resources, make sure you sign up for the weekly newsletter. It's in the resource center at magnetmediafilms.com/subscribe.